Ron DeSanctimonious.
I'm frustrated by you not answering a direct question.
Trump needs to take a good look in the mirror.
Let him fight. Let him fight. That's right. Yeah, so even though Ron DeSantis has not announced that he's running for president in 2024, because I think he was doing the whole governor thing last I checked. Well, there are so many people out there already on the campaign trail who are intimidated. And of course, the one who was lashing out the most would be former President Donald Trump. Yeah, 45 released a new ad against DeSantis as their fight heats up. Check this out.
For those of you that didn't notice, Florida was doing great long before Ron DeSantis got there. People are fleeing from New York to Florida and other places because of high taxes and out of control crime. It's really bad. Not because of the governor. Thank you, Mr. President, for doing that. But it's not because of the governor. Florida was doing fantastically. You had a governor named Rick Scott who did a very good job. Even Charlie Crist, a Democrat, did a good job, and he had very good numbers. Sunshine and ocean are very alluring. It's not too hard to work with those factors. So just remember, Florida was doing really well long before Ron DeSantis got there.
I really enjoy how Trump goes to thank the president. No, he wasn't thanking President Biden, to my knowledge. He definitely seemed to be thanking himself, because why not reference himself in the third person? Really special man there, who also happened to speak at a rally in Iowa, where he went after DeSantis again, but this time on policy, which is really funny because I didn't know Trump was aware of what policy was.
He also fought against Social Security. He wanted to decimate it and voted against it 3 times. Voted against Social Security. That's a bad one. A lot of people don't know that, but I think they've been finding out over the last 4 weeks. And on Social Security, well, we're at it. He wanted the minimum retirement age to be lifted to people that are 70 years old, a substantial increase over what it is right now. That's a big increase. And he also voted to severely cut Medicare. I will not be cutting Medicare, and I will not be cutting Social Security. We're leaving the age where it is.
Yes, and I think we know how valuable a Trump promise is. But before we jump into more of Trump's antics toward DeSantis, Alonzo, I want to get your feel on these videos that Trump is putting out and what he is doing on his campaign trail, really to attack Ron.
Well, Trump versus Ron DeSantis. I mean, do you want a bottom feeder or a bottom feeder? I mean, there's really no winner in this. I think it's comical to say you're going after Social Security and Medicare in Florida, AKA God's waiting room. I mean, the average age of Republicans in Florida, they look at Trump and say, hello, young man. DeSantis, you really got me. Of course, Trump is saying this. Now, personally, I think DeSantis is more dangerous than Trump because DeSantis knows how to get things done and Trump just talks. But the Republican Party has become a party where it's like the allure is I hate who you hate, right? That's what they go for. But they're both hating. So when they hate each other, I don't know. This has to be really confusing for a Republican voter to go DeSantis versus Trump, which is lower. I don't know. Trump's name calling and all of that. It's the act is old. The act is old, but the cult, they were in 1,000% on Trump, and now they kind of have to back off, which puts them in a really strange position. I don't know. So Adrian, if you're asking me to choose which one, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on this.
And I would respect that pass. I don't know if someone were to ask me to choose between the two, there's no choice to be made as far as I'm concerned. But I think you were absolutely correct about DeSantis being far more dangerous because, as far as I'm concerned, DeSantis is more intelligent. Plus, he is more palatable to those Republicans who prefer to toe the line when it comes to sexism, racism, and all the other phobias and hate. And DeSantis likes to package up his hate in a very palatable way. And Trump, he's already let the cat out of the bag too many many times, and everyone wants to go back to the thought that Republicans are really just victims, and that the thought that anything that's not cis het Christian white male being forced upon them is something that is dangerous. It's really special out there. But the way that Trump and DeSantis keep going at each other, it's something that I think we are going to have to watch for the next few years, unfortunately. And we also know that Trump has gone after DeSantis in terms of his loyalty, because we know Trump loves loyalty. And he said that the governor's political career would have been over had he not endorsed his ultimately successful 2018 campaign. Check this out per Politico. He was dead as a dog. He was a dead politician. He would have been working perhaps for a law firm or doing something else. Asked if he regretted endorsing DeSantis for governor in 2018, Trump responded, yeah, maybe this guy was dead. He was dead as a doornail, I might say that. Trump said he eventually decided to support DeSantis because he defended him while he was facing a Democratic-led impeachment into allegations that he pressured Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky into investigating Joe Biden's family. In fact, DeSantis got on Trump's radar by defending him from special counsel Robert Mueller's probe into Russia's attempt to influence the 2016 election. Remember this, if it weren't for me, Ron DeSanctimonious would right now be working probably at a law firm or maybe a Pizza Hut. I don't know. Yeah, because those two things are really on the same wavelength in terms of a law firm or a Pizza Hut. Yeah, either way. We know that Trump also took to Truth Social and he posted this. Ron DeSanctimonious totally caved in his public relations inspired battle with Disney. That's the only reason he went after them in the first place, to show Mr. Tough Guy. Disney maintained complete exemption from property and sales tax, tax-free bonds, and their incredible fast-track permitting. They also gave big political contributions to DeSantis. The whole thing is a hoax. They probably worked together to make him look like a fighter. Read Rick Fogelsong, preeminent authority on Disney, and he attached some link to a man's statement.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.